Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am back with my murder mysteries. I know you all have been waiting so long for your auntie, and I apologize for the delay. But guess what? I'm back. Okay, this is season one, episode one of Prison Wives. This is a series of murder mysteries that discusses murder wives. We get to meet them. Today, we're going to be talking about this couple that is behind me, Annika and Anthony Powell. I hope you're ready because we're going to just go in and talk about this.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop
auntie
boop.
that everybody needs.
You can make this up.
Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even fuckers?
Aunties and lies, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, hello, everybody, and I am back. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for joining the family. To all of my nieces and nephews who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. You all, this story is off the hizzle for sizzle, my nieces and nephews. This is the story about Annika Powell. She is a woman who lives in Oregon. Annika was just a divorced mama who is the parent of three children. I will not be naming them, but I will be putting all the links in the description box so that you can find out more about this woman. Okay. I'm going to try to be calm. I'm going to try to be calm. So, Annika was living in Oregon with her family. She was divorced from her husband. Her girlfriend, okay, Brandy Lindquist, okay, who is now Brandy Provoke, I believe it is, Provokey or something like that, decided that she was going to get in contact with her, just randomly get in contact with her and ask her if she was willing to write a pen pal. Now we're going to get back to Brandy later on in the story. But for right now, we're just going to sit her on the show. So Brandy reached out to her and asked her, girl, look, I got this man. He is fine as age wine. He happens to be in prison. Would you like to write him? And she was like, hey, what does he look like? So instead of Annika caring about what he was incarcerated for, the only thing that she wanted to know was what the mofo looked like. So she tells her, he's nice looking and all of that. Why don't you start writing him? And so Annika is like, sure. Now, Annika has discovered that Anthony has committed an horrible act of murder. See, Anthony was married to Elizabeth Haynes previously. She was 41 and he was 20. He married up, or at least he thought. Elizabeth was one of those women who had all her ducks in the row, everything together. But when she hooked up with Anthony, she became a meth head right along with him. That's why women, honey, when we get to picking, we need to make sure that our picker is on and not off. Anyway, Annika, after a couple of letters going back and forth, decided she wanted to go to the jail to meet Anthony. Now, Brandy was already dating someone who was incarcerated. Okay. So, for her, it won't no big deal. Won't no big deal at all. So she began to talk to him. She said that she found herself moving from like to love. And so she goes to see Anthony at the jail. Now, Brandy has a deformity at the lower half of her arms. And so because of this, Brandy was extremely insecure, bitch. Okay? Insecure. When she met Anthony at the jail, honey, he was fine as age wine. She couldn't understand when she met him and when Brandy showed her a picture of him why he was having a problem with finding a woman today. Could it be? I'm just asking for a friend, but could it be that he is incarcerated? Could be. But anyway, I digress. So she meets him at the prison. She says he has this big, warm smile. He accepted her with her handicap and with her deformity. And she said nobody has ever done that. Although Annika had been married before. She didn't indicate whether or not he had a problem with it. But for some reason, the way that he smiled at her and took her and sucked her in, she was like, nobody's ever done this for me. So she fell madly in love with him. Now, let me see. Now, Anthony is a lifer because of the crime that he committed. He is in prison for life without the possibility of parole. Now, Anthony made a decision, okay, that he did not want to get gas or a lethal injection. He didn't want that. And so he decided that he would take the life without parole. Never one time was there an appeal filed for him. So he was basically locked in what he had. But Annika decided that once Anthony proposed to her, a few weeks after they had met, that this was the man for her. Now, she said that when she first told her children that she was marrying this man in prison, her oldest daughter said, if my mama ain't scared of him, then why should I be? They never indicated what the middle son said because she had an older daughter and a younger daughter and a middle son. Never indicated what he said about it. But she did say that the youngest daughter didn't want nothing to do with them. It's unfortunate that women, bring their children along for these journeys. I think it just read all wrong when I started seeing the children on the screen. But anyway, and anywho, people do the craziest things. Now, this mofo has been moved from 5 different jails, right? Every time he moves, she moves. She has compared herself to a military wife. I gotta sit down. Yes, she has compared herself to a military wife and her children to military brats because she said, you have to move all the time. Her children, at their very young age, have moved to 5 different schools because every time he moves, she moves, just like that. Now, at first glance, you would think that Annika was just a regular old woman. But the more she begins to talk, honey, you realize that Annika is cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. She loves this man's dirty drawers. She at one point was up on her feet. And now we find Annika not only disabled because she says she hurt her legs, but now she's living on Section 8. She knows that he is not coming home, and she talks about being angry with him for being in the position that he's in. She has once a week visits with him and has no conjugal visits because in the state of Oregon, they don't allow it. They talk on the phone. She has a once a week visit. She also has the children visiting with her. So much so that the children and her mama went to the jail for the wedding. Now, she said that once, Anthony was not allowed to be seen on television, but they did give him, some parts where he was talking. She indicated that when she went to go and see him prior to her marrying him, that the youngest daughter ran up in his arms. She said that's when she knew it was solidified, honey, that this was her boo. The daughter running up, yes, honey, a notice came down from heaven, boo, on a scroll and said, you know what? This is all the validation that you need. It appears that the biological father of Annika's 3 children is estranged. Okay, of course, they have been divorced. And with her moving 5 different times to follow behind him, I don't see how the children even had the ability to probably see their dad. Now, that's my opinion. Okay, we're all entitled to it, but that's my opinion. But of course, that's not going to read across to the children because, in my opinion, Annika is the type of person that ain't going to tell the children the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Because her goal is to be with this man. We see, we hear her talking to him and they call each other gorgeous and all that kind of stuff. Anthony is saying all the right things. She is saying that she is not fearful that he is in prison for committing murder. She said that, he has changed. Even the mother said that he has changed. He has done the work. He just so happened to get a raw deal. Okay. Now, I'm trying to take my time because I'm trying to build this story and give y'all this story, honey, because the ending is going to shock the out you. Now, mind you, she's now been married to this mofo for a couple of years now, right? And again, as I said, she keeps moving and moving and moving. So she has decided that she is now going to introduce her mama. Okay. What was the mama? Miss Corrine was seeing the effects, the cause and effects, and seeing all the love that was being shared. And so Mama Corrine, who fell down on hard times, moved in with her daughter and told her daughter, tell Anthony to hook a girl up. So Anthony reaches out to one of his friends by the name of Ron Nutting. Okay, Nutting. And Mama starts writing him. Boo, mama said when he said in that letter, you ain't got nothing to worry about. I got you. You ain't gonna never be hurt another day in your life. Mama said I was hooked. Okay? I was a worm, honey, and I was hooked. So the mother began to have a relationship with Anthony's homeboy, Ron. Now, just so happened that Ron, was his basketball friend, right? They hook and they play ball. And of course, we cannot forget that our girl Brandy's man is in the loop too. So, these buddies, they got a little buddy system, if you will. Okay. So she begins to talk about the relationship with this mofo and how much she loves him and all that kind of stuff. And then she starts going out and petitioning all of her neighbors and everyone to allow her to spend more time with him. So she had to get a petition. In order to put the petition before the legislator, she had to get 3,000 votes. 3,000 signatures. So this woman, okay, Annika, is going door to door, asking for people to sign this petition. Not on her behalf, not because she wants conjugal visits, not because she's trying to change the system, but just because people should have the opportunity, okay? The opportunity to visit their man. With the children, of course. She's fighting for children's rights. Now, she one day is on the phone with Anthony. The producers happen to be there that very day. Anthony calls and they're chuckling and laughing, and he says, I got some news for you. I met a gentleman today at the jail who told me that he, heard some great things about me, and he wants to give me a job. So Annika was like, what? A job? How many hours are you going to have to work? So he told her how many hours he was going to have to work. And she said, well, isn't that going to cut into our visitation time, our time to, for our visits? And he said, yes. Now, mind you, I just told you all that Annika is on disability. She has found herself now living in Section 8. She doesn't work. Her ex-husband, because of all the foolishness with Annika and the children, has decided he is no longer paying child support. So her income, according to Annika, has gone down from $1,800 a month to $600. Her man, Anthony, says that he now has a job offer at the prison. And she tells him, I don't want you to take the job. He says, what? She said, I would rather have our marriage whole than to have you work a job, because really the money ain't going to help me. Let me tell you something, honey. You up in Section 8 Housing and Authority. You're in the system. She went to the grocery store to shop with her kids, to purchase dinner, lunch, and breakfast, and says we only got $30. So we got to make it stretch. We got to make it last forever and ever. But she is now arguing with Anthony about getting a prison job, because she said whatever he earns don't help her none. So the two of them find themselves in a dispute over whether or not he should work. There's nothing to argue about. She says that she doesn't want her time reduced from 3 hours down to 1.5 hours when she's visiting. She doesn't want that. She believes that that may jeopardize her marriage, her happy home. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing that you're thinking. So anyway, Anika is now talking to her mom, and she is, telling her mom that she doesn't want him to work and make that patty rack and give a dog a bone. And her mother is just happy with Ron. So now we discover, okay, that Ron is now being moved to another prison center. So, like daughter, like mama, and like mama, like daughter. Mama leaves. She says, thanks for the help. I'm going back home. I got me a little place. I'm going back because at this point, mama is in love, okay, with Ron. Now, Anika's husband, Anthony. Let's get back to what happened. So, of course, as I said, Anthony was previously married to Elizabeth. Elizabeth was one of those strong women until she got with him. She was 21 years his senior. She brings this man into her life and finds herself being a meth head. Now, the two of them were living in apartments and all that kind of stuff, and because they could not pay the bills, they had to be evicted. As a result, they moved in with Elizabeth's mother, Mary. The two were there and they was junkied all out and wasn't doing what they were supposed to do. So mommy said, you gotta go. So the two of them were asked out of Mary's house. Now, Mary, according to the papers, was, just this fantastic, phenomenal woman. And Mary had begun to tell the neighbors, these mofos are robbing me. Now, she was still, of course, financially trying to help them. He was supposed to come over to the house and do little small end jobs, cut the grass. But he said that even when he went over there, if his wife wasn't with him, she wouldn't let him in the door. Because mama said these meth people are meth heads, if you will, are stealing from me. One day, when they are down on their luck, the two of them conspire to go over to mommy's house and do a little shoplifting. An altercation ensued because Mary had already put the word out on the streets that these mofos was getting cut out of her life. She was tired of what was going on. Anthony decides to get a knife. He takes the knife, he stabs Mary in the back, and he brags that because he stabbed her in just the perfect place, there was no blood. Because he left the knife there. And while Mary lay on the floor, dying, her daughter and her husband are ransacking her house, stealing precious jewels, money, and anything else that they could get out of the home. The two of them had indicated earlier to friends that they were going on a job interview. So they tried to make it look like they, one, went on a job interview, and two, the house was burglarized. Can you believe that? I'm going to bring up the article. This is the article. Pair charged in a mother's death. A Eugene couple has been arrested in the May stabbing of a Gresham woman. Police have woman, charged a Eugene woman and her husband with aggravated murder for the stabbing death of the woman's mother in May. Yes, this is the couple that made a decision that they were going to go into the house and take mama's life because they were hungry. Elizabeth Ann Powell, 41, was arrested on Wednesday night. Her 20-year-old husband, Anthony Dwayne Powell, was arrested Thursday at the Lane County Jail, where he was in custody on unrelated drug charges. The couple telephoned 911 the night of May 31st to report finding Mary Christine Haynes, 79, dead on the floor of her bedroom. The victim had a number of stab wounds. Now, according to him, he only did it once and left the knife in her. This article contradicts what he said. Why in the hell do you think that you can believe a mofo like this? But anyway, the victim had a number of stab wounds, including one that pierced her heart, police said. Police records released few other details, saying in news release that the motive of the crime remains under investigation. The Powells, who don't have a permanent address because their asses was homeless, are from Eugene, Springfield area, but have been staying with Haynes in her tiny manufactured home for a short time before she died, according to police records and the neighbors batch. Because as I said, Mary had been talking to the people. She had been talking to the neighbors. Police said there were no signs of forced entry to the home located in 72 Space Mobile Home Park. Haynes had lived there for 10 years. The neighbors, okay? The neighbors. Trying to be calm. Stay calm, auntie. Told reporters for the town's community paper after the slaying that Haynes, a widow, was a model neighbor who took pride in keeping her yard neat and full of flowers. They said she had a standing appointment on Saturdays at a beauty parlor so she would look nice for church on Sundays. She belonged to a bridge club, okay, and regularly chatted with her neighbors over coffee. The police detectives who had been working on the case with the police interviewed Elizabeth Powell in Eugene on Wednesday, and they transferred her to the Normal County Justice Center. Her husband remained in the Lane County Jail on Thursday, but is expected to be transferred shortly. Wait a minute. Hold up. Stop the press. The two of them had told people that their alibi was that they were out there job hunting. Meantime, and in between time, the two of them that went over there and did what they did to the mama. Rest in peace, Mary. They decide that they're going to call 911 and say they found her hours later. Now, it took the county detectives quite a bit of months to figure out, but they had already suspected them. They just didn't have no proof at the time. Hadn't done all the forensics and all of that kind of stuff. In the meantime, in between time, the two of them break up. She is now with another man, another crackhead. They decide to go to the crackhead. Hey, psst, psst, you. Yeah, you over there. Come here. Got something to ask you. Look. We suspect that your wife had something to do. Your girlfriend had something to do with the murder of her mother. We need to enlist your services. He said, sure. Y'all need me to do. I do whatever y'all need me to do. I mean, let me know. Something happens. Sometimes we need you to go ahead on the way you are wire. Have a conversation with your wife about her mother. He said, sure. He talks to her. She spills the beans. She said that Anthony. Hold on. Hold on. She said that Anthony was abusive to her, that he didn't treat her right, that he took her down the wrong path. See, and Anthony said that he had OD'd multiple times, but he couldn't get it out of his system. Although he had almost lost his life several times, he said he didn't care about anything but getting that next hit. That was it. He didn't care about old sweet old Mary, who kept her appointments at the beautician shop getting that head did and them nails done. He ain't care nothing about her or her daughter. She said she went there with him, but he was the one who had the master plan. And although she had moved on with another man, she didn't think to confess, to tell somebody about what happened to her mama. This your mama. I'll always love my mama. She brought me in this world. Elizabeth was on some stuff that took her out this world. They got enough information to bring that ass in. She got a 17.5-year sentence. He got life. Annika indicated that she was mad because Annika was about to get out. And she was like, why is Annika getting the opportunity to get out? And he didn't. She conspired with him. And so that was just as bad. Well, no, I'm afraid it won't. He the one that had the weapon. He the one that committed the murder. Let me tell you something. Although Elizabeth is out of jail, she will never forget what happened to her mom. She will never be able to live that down. I don't give a damn what you think you've gotten away with. You have to be on some serious drugs in order to commit such a heinous crime. I'm just saying. Now, we're going back to Annika. Shall we? Yes, we shall. So Annika indicates that her man is walking a straight and narrow now. He's gotten himself together and he's walking a straight and narrow. She said when she gets letters from him from prison on line paper, she know he's okay. But when she gets letters from him on blank paper, he's in the hole. Now, he says that he is sorry for the crime that he's committed and he's turned his life around, but he acts an ass while he's in jail. Yes, he says that when he's writing on that blank paper, because he's in solitary confinement from anywhere between 90 to 120 days, that is because he has been having problems with inmates and being disrespectful with the security guards. Yes, that's what he said. That's what he said. This is what he said. Now, mind you, Annika has been married to him now for some years, and she has decided that she now wants him to adopt her children. Yes, she has approached the children about changing their last names to Powell. Now, she indicated that her oldest daughter is already using his last name. But she's got to, put something in the paper to the deadbeat father, okay, asking for him to give up his parental rights so that this mofo can adopt them. Yes, yes, uh-huh, yeah, uh-huh. He said them his kids. He loved them children. The children go to see him every week, right along with her, because remember, she's moved 5 times to be with him. She said that the problem is that if he moves again, because she's in Section 8 housing, she can't move as quick, okay? Because remember, she's now not working. So she goes to the jail and she goes to see him. She comes out with the victory. Yes, she has told him that he cannot work, although she only has $30 to buy groceries for herself and her 3 children. She doesn't want him to work at all. The daughter says, my mama wears the pants in this relationship. Whatever she says, that's what goes. I said, and you proud of that? You proud of that? That's your mother's claim to fame? That she's the boss? The mother said, I'm not going to allow anyone to treat me poorly, not my daddy and not my ex-husband. Because you was going to lose time? I can't. I want to make sure I got all of the stuff that you all need. Okay. So at the end, it shows that he is moved, that she is still in love with her husband, that she still goes and she does her visits, and all of that. And so we think that the story ends there, but oh hell no, because Auntie is a nosy bitch. She wanted to find out what's happening now, 10 years later. Well, let me tell you, bitch, what's happening now. Now, you remember our girl Brandy. Brandy was the one who popped out a thin air bitch and told her that she had an inmate that she wanted to hook her up with. Okay? And so Brandy understands that Anthony has been moved to another jail. And I don't know whether or not Annika couldn't get her ass down there quick enough because she's on Section 8. Are y'all still with me? So Brandy, come to find out, is a hookup woman. She is the one who allegedly connects prisoners with women on the outside. So Brandy decides that, bitch, it is time for him to have another woman. Now, mind you, she's supposed to be Annika's girl. She's supposed to be Annika girl. You ain't heard nothing yet. She said, I can't believe this, but okay. You, girl. Wait till Auntie tell you what the happened. Are y'all ready out there? I don't care if you are or not. Bitch, I'm about to tell you the latest and the greatest. So Brandy Lindquist decides that she is going to hook him up because he needs a new boo. See, come to find out that Brandy was hooking him up with all kinds of females. Now, Annika got her undying damn love. Okay? Lala said, spill the tea, Auntie. Spill it, Auntie. Oh, I'm going to spill it. Okay? I hope you're ready. Okay? I hope you got a cup, a mug, and not a red Solo cup. God damn it, because this is hot. Come to find out that Brandy had been hooking Anthony and other prisoners up with all kinds of shiggities and shiggities and shiggities. So in 20, hold on. Let me make sure I get it right. Hold on, let me make sure I get it right. I got to make sure I get it right, okay? In 2016, Brandy's on her game. And she decides it is time for him to get a new boo. And so in comes Blair. What a name, boo. Melissa Blair is the new chick in town. And she is dating Annika's husband. The husband that Annika said changed. She's dating him. Courtesy of Brandy. I don't know whether or not Annika knew it or not. Annika indicated that her husband had life, and the only time he would come out of that mofo is in a box. Well, bitch, you couldn't have never been smarter. You couldn't have never, ever been more wiser. Because let me tell you what happened to this mofo. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? A real kiss of death. Oregon woman is sentenced to 2 years in jail after her inmate boyfriend dies from exploding meth balloons, which she passed as they locked lips during a prison visit. I'm going to wait for y'all to get yourselves together, bitch, before I read the rest of it. Oh, it's so. Did y'all see what Melissa did? Did y'all see? Could y'all see it clearly with all of them ads? Let me clean up these damn ads. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can clean these up. No, the ads won't pop off. Oh, yep, it popped off. Okay, so here we go. Hold on. Let me get this up for y'all because this is live. Now, some of these ain't going to be live, y'all, okay? They're going to be pre-recordings, but I'm hoping that y'all going to enjoy them nevertheless. Okay. Y'all ready? Here we go. Let me share the screen just in case y'all don't believe nothing. Y'all ready? Because your auntie went on out and did some investigations on that. An Oregon woman has been jailed for passing her inmate boyfriend balloons of methamphetamines as they kissed, which later exploded in his stomach and killed him. Melissa Ann Blair, 46, will spend 2 years behind bars for the fatal kiss, which killed her murderer boyfriend, Anthony Powell, 41, in 2016. Powell was serving a life sentence for stabbing his former mother-in-law to death when, during a conjugal visit, he and Blair locked lips. As they kissed, she passed him 7 small balloons of the drug which he swallowed. The intention was to later excrete them and sell them to inmates, but 2 of the 7 bags exploded and poisoned his eyes. He died as a result, and the investigation into his death led police to discover that Blair had been smuggling them to him when she visited him at the Oregon State Penitentiary in Salem. It is not clear how long the pair had been dating or how long Powell had been locked up before the fatal kiss. Blair was arrested last November for methamphetamine possession and this week jailed for 2 years. Upon her release from prison, she must also complete a drug treatment program plan. Her lawyers attempted to defend her by telling the court she was afraid of Powell and she felt she had no choice but to bring him the drugs. She said it was a real whatever situation. John Ransom, her attorney, said in court. 4 other people, okay, also have been charged, are awaiting their court date. They are also accused of bringing drugs into the prison. And guess who hooked them up? Brandy. So Annika, husband who had changed, the one who was taking her children to visit this rehabilitated murderer for the last, 20 years? 10 years? Lost him in 2016 to his girlfriend, who had been doing it quite some time, who was taking herself and just passing, okay, through the mouth of this. And he was swallowing it, and it ruptured. Guess he never got to make that boo-boo he thought he was going to make because of another boo-boo he made. And Annika sits her ass up on television and talks about how much this man has changed in her undying love. And she wants this man to adopt her children. And she has also petitioned the court to change her children's name. And now her children father is gone. And because she did this, they have no other hope of probably reconciling with their father because of the mess that she's created. Annika said that you can't help who you love. Love is just love. But Annika, how's that working out for you? When it wasn't love at all. Because according to the court records, he had been seeing multiple women. And you said that you are proud to show your husband's picture. But I wonder how you felt, Miss Prison Wife, Miss Proud Prison Wife. I wonder how you felt when you got that call after you indicated that my husband is going to come home in a box. Well, what color was it? How did you feel when you found out that you laid your whole life down for not only a murderer, but a cheater as well? How do you look yourself in the face? Is it worth it? to bring your children down this path with this mother? Was it worth it to you? What's the moral of this story? Bitch, it ain't none. Because this is just stupidity at its finest. But then again, maybe you, the subscribers, can tell me what the moral of this story should be. Because this woman here has made a mess of things. Her children now should be about 20 in their 20s. How are they living? How are they living? What's going on with them? You drag your children through stuff like this. Shame. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. And I hope that what was done to these kids, all these jail visits and jail pictures, I refuse to put the children on there. Although she put the children on there, I refuse to do it. Because I got more respect for those kids than that. But you all tell me, what's the moral to this story? How do you feel about it? The very man you was kissing on somebody else. And honey, it happened to be the kiss of death. Bitch, you can't make this stuff up. Y'all, this is the end of Annika Powell's story. Thank you all so much for being here. This is the beginning of my Prison Wives series. There are only 6 episodes. Now, again, all of them will not be live because I'm going to probably be going live soon to do the next one. But I'm hoping that you all enjoy it. I thank you all so much for your patience again and again and again. But I had so much going on, and now my plate is kind of clear. Still balancing things, but it's kind of clear. I'm hoping that you all share this video with people that you know. Let's build this family over here on this side. I love you all to pieces, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. And thank you to everyone who cashed out. I did see it, but I'm sorry, I just couldn't stop. I love you all. Have a great night and be safe.